Inclusive leadership. The first article I read was a conscious case for diversity and inclusion. To be competitive, to execute, to prosper, to build a strong leadership pipeline, to serve society, all rely on inclusive cultures that celebrate and leverage the talents and innovations of unlike minds coming together. Pamela Matson was the one who wrote this article. She went on to say that authentic, inclusive culture leaders walk their talk, make decisions based on strong and clear values, and accountability and feedback are the norm. Making inclusion work. Since our founding year in 2003, we've identified 4 major metrics that are measurably affected by diversity and inclusion business practices: innovation, productivity, reputation, and adaptability. What happens when assemblage of widely varied identities combine to solve a problem? Conflict sparks. New perspective never realized before. Managed with honesty, respect, deep curiosity, and a pursuit of core truth, these new perspectives become productivity, saving new ideas, and industry-leading innovations. For businesses, this means differentiation and a competitive advantage in the form of highly adaptable and strongly diverse teams. The next article I read was a $1 million company, Google. Google's leaders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Both men dropped out of Stanford at a young age to go work in their friend's garage to form Google. Google culture. Google looks for these qualities when hiring: smart and determined, favor ability over experience, sharing a common goal and vision for the company, maintaining an open culture to where everyone is a hands-on contributor and feels comfortable sharing ideas and opinions. The Google style. When Sergey Brin and Larry Page were both forming Google, they already had their leadership style in mind of how they were going to run their business. And with that, they thought of the 70-20-10. 70% of the time should be devoted to Google's core business of search and advertising, 20% to off-budget projects related to the core business, and 10% to pursue ideas based on one's own interest. They wanted their employees to not get bored on just doing things for Google. They wanted them to also learn new things about their own interests and get their minds thinking about other things. How Google is on top for good employees. The perks of working at Google. Not only is 10% of the time for employees their own interest, but also these are the other things that Google has for their employees. Free gourmet food and snacks. You can bring your dog to work. Free busing system to get to work. Massage therapist at hand. Game room. No dress code. And the list keeps going on. Inclusive leadership in MIT. First of all, these are the 5 practices that our book, The Leadership Challenge, had. 1. Model the way. 2. Inspire a shared vision. 3. Challenge the process. 4. Enable others to act. And 5. Encourage the heart. When looking at my own classroom right now and what my classroom will look like once I get my master's in technology, I want these 5 things to be in there. First of all, model the way. Exemplary leaders set the example by aligning actions with shared values. I want each of my students to know that I value them, but I also want to model their values and the way technology should be used in the classroom. When I model, they can then see how they should be acting, whether that is if a student does not understand a piece of the technology, that maybe one of their classmates can help them, or that they won't make fun of them. Encouraging students. Jim Collins was someone that I researched throughout this course, and he always went back to helping others and encouraging people, and also another thing, encouraging students. So I also put on here one of the things from our leadership challenge book was encourage the heart. I want to encourage my students through technology. I want them to know that it's okay if they don't understand something right when we learn it. I want them to know that when they are doing a project that they should put their heart into it. So with that, I want my students to know that I'm encouraging them. I need to model that to them what a good student and an inclusive leader is. Empower the students. I want each student to feel valued in my classroom. With that, I want them to have rules in what our technology is going to have. So whether that be we only get 10 minutes on the iPad today, or the way we set up games in our classroom on the smartboard. I want the students to feel empowered. I don't want them to just think that I'm the leader. I want each of them to think that they are a leader and they all feel value in their work and in our classroom. Challenges of an MIT. Students may not work well with an inclusive leader. Some students want to just do everything on their own. They do not want to accept help. They don't want to listen to what we have to say. They don't have the same goals in mind. With that, I'll have to try my best to just figure out a way to get to them, to tell them, to make them understand that it's okay, but we're all in this together. Not all teachers want help or work with others. Not only will I have my own classroom with my master in technology, but I also will probably have to help other teachers in the school. A lot of teachers right now are having a hard time with change with technology, and they do not like the way that technology is being used in the classroom. So with that, I will have to help them and make them understand that it's okay and that we're all in this together, and that we just need to set goals for how each year we can achieve something new. Not everyone sees the goals set for technology in the classroom. Not everyone is going to have the same goal, but I hope that we can all work together to form a goal that we all value and that we can share with our students. And with that, I'm going to leave this picture. I really like this because it shows what a good leader is. Integrity, clear goals, good example, vision, clear communication, expects the best, support, encouragement, recognition, stimulating work, focus on team interests and needs, and inspiration. I think all of these are good qualities that a leader should have, and especially an inclusive leader.